Patrick Saunders. Lead us off.
Good morning, Ben.
Good morning.
Can you take us through, because I've never really understood the particulars of what the back issue was that you have been dealing with. Can you take us through what was happening exactly and where is that now? It seems like you're in a good place.
Yeah, it started in 2017. I had a bulge disc. It turned into a herniated disc. I had to get surgery on that. I had to get the disc repaired. And then I want to say it was January of last year, so in a bullpen, and then the disc above that herniated. But we're in a good spot right now. You know, it just took a little bit of rehab and a couple doctor's visits, and we're good.
Do you feel like you're at right now in terms of arm strength, pitching ability, all of those things that you need to make a bid to be in this bullpen?
I'm feeling good right now. I really am. I think I built up well. I had a really good off season of throwing, and I got out here early, so I was getting some work in out here early, and I'm feeling good right now.
So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thomas Harding.
Yeah, Ben, after last spring training, how much were you able to throw? Were you able to throw much at the alternate training site? And was there a time during that period that you thought, hey, maybe I can get active and be an option for this team?
Yeah, it took a little bit. There was a little bit of time where I wasn't moving too well, but I would say I got somewhere around 10 innings at the alternate site towards the end, and I actually went on the road for the San Francisco and Arizona final series as like an alternate. So I was right. I was right there. I was ready to go if they needed me.
Yeah, that had to feel pretty good, didn't it? Just after going through a lot to get to the point to where at least you were an option there. So did that give you more motivation even coming into this season?
There's been plenty of motivation. There's been quite a few ups and some rough downs during this process. So I've got no shortage of motivation, but it was definitely nice to have the injury kind of happen and get around it, and then within one season get back to feeling that I was ready to go again. That was definitely nice.
As much success as you had at Vanderbilt, how tired are you of talking about injuries? Because I know that you're dying to get out there and just pitch in front, show exactly what the Rockies liked about you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to go. I'm the injuries are they're tough to deal with, but I'm not injured right now. I'm ready to go.
How do you feel that you're pitching right now? And if you can also I'm kind of double barreling the question here, but if you can also take me through yesterday where you faced a couple of good hitters there and were able to get out of it.
So yesterday it was I came in first and third, and I had a couple timing issues, so I was a little wild there in that Odor AB. But once Solak came up, I started to get my timing back, and I was good. I just made an adjustment with my hands, and I haven't really thrown a pen with it yet, so I was kind of going on the fly there. I was trying to get the timing down the bullpen, but yeah, I mean, I got out of it. It was nice to leave those guys trying to help Johnny out there, and yeah, I don't remember what the first question was, but.
No, I've forgotten what the first question was.
All right.
No.
And that works.
Yes, okay, but anyhow, the second answer was so good I forgot the question. But when they did call on you yesterday in that situation, I know, of course, you have to be ready every time, but did it feel like, hey, Buddy wants to see something here? Did it feel that way? Like, it's like not just this is a spring training game, you're getting your innings, but this is a spring training game and I can make an impression here.
I mean, every time you take the ball and you're in my position trying to make a team, you got to be ready to go. I've been a reliever since college, so I'm ready for any situation that comes up whenever buddy needs me or anybody needs me. So it wasn't. I was more worried about just figuring out the timing at the time of my hands, and then once I felt that was okay, just go in and try and get outs. But I wasn't. I mean, every time you take the ball, you gotta be looking to impress people.
All right, hey, thanks a lot, Ben.
Thank you.
Go to Pat Graham, Associated Press. Pat, go ahead.
Hey, Ben, thanks for taking the time. Like Thomas there, I'm going to try a 2-question approach, and I hope I don't forget one. I guess as a lefty, do you see yourself in the bullpen maybe on opening day? And my second part is, as a reliever, do you set goals, and how hard is it when you kind of don't know what your role is? How do you set goals?
The first part, I don't know. I feel like I'm throwing well right now. If I keep throwing the ball well, we'll see what happens. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm just going to continue to try and throw the ball well and see what happens. And when it comes to roles, I went to AAA without a role. It was difficult to adjust at first, but I feel like I got a much better hang of it now. Everywhere I've gone before that, I've kind of had a role and knew what I was doing. In AAA, I was in as early as the 4th and as late as the 10th and the 11th. So I got used to kind of the up in the air portion of things. So I'm not, wherever I'm needed, I'm ready to go.
Sorry, I meant goals.
Oh, goals of my role? Oh, obviously my dream's to be a closer at the big leagues. Obviously that's, much further down the road. But when it comes to this year, my goal is to make the team. I don't know wherever they need me, I'll be ready to go.
Thank you so much.
Go to Jesse Morrison. Jesse, go ahead.
Hey Ben, I'm working on a feature. What do you miss signing autographs for people, and just what has it been like? A year without interacting with the fans in general.
Yeah, actually, I had a situation yesterday. Some kid came up and asked for an autograph, and I said, "Hey, sorry, buddy, we're not allowed to." And the look on his face, I was not happy that I had to say that to him. But that kind of, because I remember what it was like being little and wanting autographs, so I know that kind of stung him a little bit, and it kind of stung me too. So I would like to be able to do that. Yeah, this whole COVID deal has been rough on everybody, and we're all kind of learning on the fly, trying to do things the right way, and it's tough. We forget, and but it is what it is. You gotta deal with it.
And then follow that up though. Is it kind of nice to not have to deal with the guys that show up with the books of cards, just trying to make money, kind of?
The guys that are my age, I don't really miss them too much. The guys that are my age and older, I don't miss them much at all, actually. But the young kids, I do miss going up and seeing little guys and little girls and signing balls for them and taking pictures or whatever.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We'll go back to Patrick Saunders to finish up. Patrick, go ahead.
And Ben, you've got a number of guys in camp and on this team in the bullpen who've had to overcome some pretty big obstacles. And I'm thinking particularly Scott Ober and certainly Daniel Bard.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you're in that boat too. I'm curious, do you guys commiserate at all? Do you lean on each other? Have you talked about any of this, getting support for each other, from each other?
Yeah, I think that everybody in that clubhouse is very supportive of one another, and I mean that genuinely. I have, guys are always asking me how I'm feeling, how's the back, how's everything. But when it comes to Bardo and Obi, we're always I talk to them often. I'm always asking Obi how he's feeling. I was so happy to see him out there the other day. And then Bardo, he's, story speaks for itself. I actually grew up, back in Boston watching Bard pitch for the Red Sox, and then I see him show up in camp last year, and I was like, wow, that's Daniel Bard. Like, I grew up watching him. He was throwing 100 at Fenway and all this stuff. So I was picking his brain right away, and then, kind of figured out the whole story because I didn't know exactly what happened with him. And then ever since then, we don't talk about it really, about that stuff, but we're always constantly bouncing ideas and talking, me and Bardo have gone fishing, and it's been good. But Obi, I'm just happy to see him back and feeling good, and he's in a good place mentally, I think, too. He seems really happy. So
Not to make it corny or anything, but
mm-hmm.
when you look at Bardo and over, is that inspiring in any way, or if not inspiring, at least encouraging in a way to know, hey, these guys have dealt with stuff, they got over the hump.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm dealing with my stuff.
Yes, 100% it is. Obviously, with two different scenarios. Bardo was more the mental side of the game. But I tell you what, as a guy who's been injured, when you're physically injured, it can really mess with you mentally. And I know that Obi has gone through so much with having such high expectations and being such a dominant pitcher for us in the past, and then all of a sudden to just have kind of this domino effect of stuff, it wears on you. And I look at the attitudes of those guys, and they're always so positive and so ready to go, and always, you never see them down. And yeah, I as a young guy, I see that, and I'm like, wow, that's I admire that in the way that they go about their business.
Thank you for the answer. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. That's all the questions we have.